Hey friends, how are you doing today? Let's just make sure my mic is working. It looks like it is today. We had a little bit of a snafu last time. And Augie Talk is now in the chat. Hi, how you doing? Can I use your real name, or is that not what you want me to do? I'll just wait for that to come through. So we are doing Chapter 3 of Epistory today, and I just got back from a week of being at Augie Talk's house. Okay, Augie Talk is saying she's trying to change her username. Hi Caffeine Streams, how are you doing? I'm glad to see you here. I was just saying that I just spent, we weren't here on Wednesday because I spent a week at Augie Talk's house, who is my in real life dear friend. And up in Massachusetts. I'm in New Jersey, and it was wonderful and just such an amazing time. So, sorry, I'm seeing myself from the other side of the screen. It's a little disorienting. Just very fulfilling. We had a lot of writer time and friend time, and she has an adorable 2-year-old who I got to spend time with, and it was just the most amazing time. So sorry about not being here on Wednesday, but it was nice to take a bit of a break and enjoy the summer weather with some good friends. Hey Joe, how are you? Yes, you finally made it. You're not sleeping today. Joe, the last 2 streams that I've been doing, he's fallen asleep from work and then just nap time on Sunday afternoons, as you should do. Those are great times to just chill out and take a nap and relax, and that's fantastic. But I'm glad to have you here. Caffeine Stream says, oh yeah, I can't ever get used to seeing myself on video. I hear people get used to it, but it is just disorienting. It is, definitely. So I just got back, as I was saying, from Massachusetts today. I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning, so I'm a little tired, and drove back. Got home, jumped in the shower, scarfed a quick bowl of cereal, and here I am. So this is why I'm slightly a little bit late, but I'm glad you guys are hanging out and are hanging in with me. So we are continuing Chapter 3 of Epistory today, and we are going into Creation City, which is where we unlocked last time. So I'm excited to see what this new section has to hold. So let's bring up the game. Actually, Epistory is yelling at me right now. For some reason it got onto my other monitor. I have 2 monitors. Okay, let's switch over to the game screen. It's also disorienting having people in chat. I'm really glad you guys are here. That is awesome. But the last 2 streams I've had like no one here, so I've just been talking to myself. So I'm thrilled that you're here. But it is a little, it'll take a little bit to get used to. You know, streaming is a lot of pieces and parts that you don't realize until you're actually doing it, and it's a lot to navigate and everything. So we're handling it as best we can. Now, if the game would load up, that would be great. While I'm doing this, let me pop out the chat just to make sure I can actually see all you guys. Where's that little icon? Pop out chat. That way I don't lose you when I'm switching screens and everything. So where we left off with Epistory, I will have to go back to the Ice Mausoleum really quickly at the beginning of this. Excuse me. Thanks, Caffeine Streams. I appreciate it. We left off at the Ice Mausoleum, finishing the Ice Mausoleum, and we hadn't gotten all the fragments that we need to get. So I do want to go back. I have a walkthrough up just in case we can't find the other 2 fragments that we're doing. Caffeine Stream says, and in the shower at Joe, G89, gotta win all those shower arguments. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So we are continuing here with our friendly little heroine, who we've named Hera because we don't actually have a name for her, and her red fox, Vixie, who we also don't have a name for, but Vixen is the name for female fox. So we're going with Vixie and Hera. Why isn't my... Okay, there we go. So this game, if you're new to this game, we are wandering the world and in search of our lost memories. And in the beginning, when we were starting all of that, a cataclysm... Let me just check the volumes here. Is... Thanks, Augie Talk. She says perfect names. Is the volume okay for you guys? I'm never really sure about exactly where the levels are. I just do want to make sure that you can hear me okay, you can hear the game okay. The volume in the game, it does have some narration. You can see here, it says, though the mountain's sadness had faded, when we actually unlock that part, the game spoke it aloud. So I want to make sure that you can hear the music of the game and me. Okay, thanks Caffeine Streams, I appreciate it. Can't see my thumbs. Oh no, we have a bug. Okay, so this is a typing game where we type out things to kill them, which is a lot of fun. So as I said, this is the Ice Mausoleum. It's beautiful out here. I love, and I was saying this before, I love the look of this game. It's just so beautiful, and the ice parts especially. I'm into ice. So I love when designers and artists paint ice, not just with a clear or a white, but with the purples and the blues and the pinks and the teals, you know, just to get some reflective colors off of it. I think it really adds a layer of depth and beauty to it. All right, so we're going back in here because we missed some ice fragments. I'll show you what those mean in a second. This is the Ice Mausoleum. I am killing all that I can, Augie Talk. Okay, wait, that's not the right button. Okay, so the fragments I'm talking about are these picture fragments that we are compiling to get a sense of the story in the particular location that we are in. So the first one we did was the Forgotten Forest, which was here. And these are two friends who, I'm pretty sure this is our heroine, Hera, and her friend that she lost somehow. She lost memories of her, so we're gathering those memories. But also it seems like in the narrative, they had a fight or something, or the friend moved away, or something happened to their friendship, and it wasn't a negative. It wasn't a positive thing. It was negative. So we're piecing those back together here. At one point, Hera says, "Don't go, I love you." So I'm not sure if there's a little bit more to the friendship here because this is a very intimate pose, but we'll find out as the story goes along. And then in the Drowning Halls, we got a graduation ceremony. The Drowning Halls came at, I'll explain this in a second, actually, as I go over the story that we just did. But this is the fragments that we found in the Drowning Halls, and it's her graduation ceremony from this school, this ruins that we found. And here in the Ice Mausoleum, we have this graveyard. I've only found two of 4 fragments from the graveyard. So I wanted to go back and find those other 2 because the whole point of this stream is to piece together the story and to discuss the storylines and the character developments and everything that we're seeing in the video game as it's portrayed to us. So if we don't have the full story, we can't really do that. So that's why I'm going back in. But what happened with the Drowning Halls? So I started to talk about this and then the game started. Hera was wandering in the woods, piecing together her lost memories, and then a cataclysm happened. A meteor came down from the atmosphere and struck into the forest, releasing all of these what I call crater creatures, all these bugs and ants and spiders and creepy crawlies that we have to go and defeat in various shades of challenges. Some are really hard. I died a lot last stream. I expected to get even harder. Augie Talk has actually played through this game and reassures me actually that it only gets harder. So I expect to die a lot more coming up. So Hera goes to seek out the meteorite and seek out the crater, and we go in it and we explore things. We get some of her memories, we kill a lot of bugs, And then we make it back to the forest after we've cleansed that area. That's the whole point of the beginning section of the game, is cleansing the forest of the darkness that the crater had and the meteorite had caused. But then, on chapter 2, we get a tsunami that comes from the ocean and floods the school that we saw in that picture with water. And we have to go through that level to piece together more fragments of her life and her times and her memories. And that's what we did there. When we get to the next section, I'll explain that, because we just got a little bit of a start to it. But both the Drowning Halls and the Ice Mausoleum were part of chapter 2. So that's where we are now. I personally think that all of these cataclysms are from a meteor shower, not just one meteorite, because if a meteor had also struck the ocean, that would cause the tsunami that we saw in chapter 2. And the next section is electricity with storms and lightning and everything in Creation City. And that'll be fun to go through today. But still, those things are all caused by meteorites. And that's what I looked up in the interim between this stream and last stream, like what exactly a meteorite impact can do. And it messes up with the atmosphere, it messes up with tornadoes and storms and tsunamis if it hits in the right place. Like, there's a lot of destructive damages. So I think that's what this storyline has going on. We haven't gotten confirmation yet that it's a several meteor strike hit, but that's what I'm going with, because that's the only thing I can think of to piece everything together so far. And we're still obviously exploring everything. So let's get to the game. And I agree with you, Caffeine Streams. It is really such a beautiful game. I love the concept too. Have you played it? Is this something that you're just watching the walkthrough for because you've played it and you want to discuss some things? Okay, tab. And I love ice, she says, with tons of sarcasm, because you slip and slide and can't find where you're going. Because it just kind of goes in the direction that you are facing. I'm not actually entirely sure where I'm going. I think we're just going to wander around a bit and see if we hit upon those chests. Because I looked at the walkthrough, it's hard to really piece it together. So if you happen to know where some of the chests are, let me know. If you happen to see one on screen that I'm not seeing. What is that? That's new. 42097. 2683. This is the first time we've had numbers. I really want there to be a number 24601, which is a Les Miserables reference. I'm a musical buff. I love musicals. And oh, is that one of our missing fragments? How do I get over there? I will need to figure that out. So 24601 is the main character of Les Mis. He is a Jean Valjean. He's a prisoner. He stole a loaf of bread and got arrested in France. It's about the French Revolution, and his prisoner number is 24601. So if they ever have that as numbers, I will appreciate the reference. We'll have to be on the lookout for it. Joe says, a friend of mine recommended this game, and you streaming it makes me want to buy it. You should buy it, Joe. It's fantastic. But I would love for you to also watch me streaming it, because it's nice to have an audience. Gotta say. Alright, where... We have some creepies, crawlies coming out. And Joe, it's a shame. You just missed the summer sale that Steam had. It was on sale for 60% off at $5.99. So if you want to wait around for maybe like I don't know what the next sale they have is. I know they have one around Christmas time. I'm not sure if they have one before then. But it'll probably go on sale again. All right. Supposedly there's a secret tunnel somewhere. I'm just making sure that it's not anywhere here because I don't know how to get to that one area. Sounds good, Joe. I wish you had, just for your own sake. But it's a great game so far. I've played 6 hours of it, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like, I'm kind of sad when I have to wait for stream. Ooh, is this how we get over there? Sad I have to wait for stream to actually play it, but I'd like to play it for you guys because the storyline is so interesting that I don't want to play it on my own. Aha! We did it! Oh, there's a bug. The ones that come at you when there isn't a battle going on, an official battle, sometimes I get distracted by other things that are happening, like where I'm going, the fragment that I'm about to pick up, and don't notice them, and that's kind of when I die the most, is when I'm not paying attention. 3 of 4 fragments collected! Let's see what this one looks like. Did it change at all? Thanks for the host, Joe. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I've never been hosted before. I don't see anything different in this image. Maybe there's a few more tombstones in the foreground, possibly, but I don't recall anything really changing. All right. Let's go off in search of that secret tunnel now. Do. Let's see. This is obviously a mausoleum, so you have tombs and crypts and things like that. It's a really interesting level. I might need to go consult my walkthrough because I'm not at all sure where I'm going. It was helpful to have that one kind of in the beginning that we found pretty easily, but I don't know where the other one is. And I want to get to Creation City today. We're definitely doing chapter 3. Let's see. So I'm looking at the picture for this, and I'm still not seeing where it is. I think we'll find it as we wander about a bit because it looks like it's pretty obvious. But I'm not seeing anything familiar in terms of getting there, which is kind of difficult. I hate walkthroughs. Walkthroughs are difficult to go through if you're not following them completely, and obviously I don't want to follow them completely because I want to discover the game on my own. Oh, there are chests on here. This is our map that I haven't used much of. Okay, so there's a reveal that we haven't gotten, I guess, way in the back. I'm not sure why we haven't. And there's one up there. I don't see any chests on here, though. So I might just have to go in search of them. If I'm doing this completely bonkers and people are getting frustrated with me, feel free to tell me what I'm doing wrong. Alright, so we did this. Let's see if there's anything over here. Nope. And this is where we picked up the ice fragment. Let me make sure there's not another one. No, we can't get through there. How big is this map? Okay. So we're figuring it out little by little. We're having some issues with getting through things because some of the water is not solidified, so we can't pass over it. Oh, I want to go... How do I get in there? That is curious.